The wedding lights shimmered across the grand ballroom, laughter echoing from every corner. Everyone was dressed in silk, smiles, and secrets. But at the edge of the crowd stood a man, not in a tuxedo, not holding champagne, not even smiling. He was just a guest. A single dad who barely afforded the gift he brought. When the bride walked past him, he clapped politely. When the music began, he stayed seated, watching everyone else dance and belong, until she walked in and the crowd whispered her name like a legend, Amara Winters, the youngest female CEO in the city. Powerful, elegant, untouchable. She was the kind of woman who could silence a room with her presence, and yet, in that sea of people, her eyes stopped on him, the man with the worn-out suit, the calloused hands, the quiet sadness in his eyes. Before he could look away, she walked straight up to him, smiled faintly, and whispered, "Dance with me." That moment changed everything. Liam Harper never expected to be at a wedding like this. Crystal chandeliers, violins, and people who spoke in business deals instead of words. This wasn't his world. He was a mechanic. A widowed father raising his 7-year-old daughter, Kelly, alone after losing his wife to cancer 3 years ago. He had been invited only because the groom, Nathan, was a kind customer who became a friend. Nathan had said, "You've fixed my cars, Liam. The least I can do is have you at my wedding." Liam almost didn't come. His daughter had begged him to. She wanted to see a real-life princess bride. So he borrowed a suit, polished his old shoes, and walked into the glittering hall with his daughter's hand in his. Ellie had been mesmerized by the lights, twirling in her tiny blue dress. But Liam? He stood back, letting others take pictures, dance, and talk about vacations he could never afford. When the music started, he found a corner and sat down. That's when his eyes landed on her, Amara Winters, CEO of WinterTech. She wasn't just beautiful, she was commanding. But behind her power was something else. Something like loneliness. He had seen her once in a magazine. A woman who built her empire from nothing. A perfectionist. A storm in high heels. She was surrounded by people laughing too loudly, trying too hard. Yet her smile didn't reach her eyes. Their worlds were never meant to meet, until the bride introduced them. "Amara, this is Liam, he's a friend of Nathan's," said the bride. Liam awkwardly shook her hand. "Ma'am," he said quietly. She smiled politely, but then something in his tone, that humble honesty, caught her. The way he said ma'am wasn't fake respect, it was real. Hours passed. The party grew louder. Liam stayed in the corner, half wanting to leave, half afraid of being rude. Then, the music changed to a slow romantic song. Amara's friends dragged her toward the dance floor, but she hesitated until her gaze found Liam again, sitting alone, and before she could think, before her logic as a CEO could stop her, she walked straight to him. "Liam, right?" she said softly. He stood, confused. "Yes, ma'am." Her eyes glimmered under the chandelier. "Then do me a favor," she whispered. "Dance with me." He froze. "Ma'am, I can't dance." She smiled. "Neither can I. So let's not worry about being perfect." And just like that, the mechanic and the millionaire found themselves swaying under the golden lights, two broken hearts moving to the same rhythm. At first, Liam was stiff. His rough hands trembled against hers, afraid of hurting, afraid of being seen, but Amara held them tighter. "Relax," she whispered. "You're doing fine." He chuckled nervously. "You don't have to be kind. I know I don't fit in here." She looked up, her voice almost breaking. "Neither do I." That made him look into her eyes, really look. Beneath the diamond necklace, beneath the confidence, was someone just as lonely as him. Someone who had traded warmth for success. As the song played, time slowed. The world faded. It was just them, a single dad who had lost everything, and a woman who had everything but peace. After the dance, people whispered. Cameras flashed. But Amara didn't care. She smiled and said, "Thank you, Liam." He nodded, about to walk away, until she said, "You have a daughter, right? The little girl who loves stars?" He froze. "How did you? I overheard you talking to Nathan earlier. You said she wants to build rockets someday." He laughed softly. "Yeah. She says she'll take her mom to space when she gets there." Amara's smile wavered. "You're raising her well." He shrugged. "I'm just trying to survive." Something changed in her expression, a tenderness she hadn't felt in years. Maybe you deserve more than just surviving. They exchanged numbers that night under the pretense of helping Ellie visit Wintertech for a school project. But both knew it was more than that. Weeks passed. Amara invited them to her office. Ellie instantly adored her, and Amara, who never thought she'd be good with kids, found herself laughing for the first time in years. Liam fixed Amara's car one day, and she cooked dinner for him the next. Slowly, quietly, they became each other's missing piece, but the real test came when Amara's board found out. Rumors spread, the CEO was seeing a mechanic? They told her it would ruin her image. Investors threatened to pull out. Amara called Liam that night, tears in her voice. Maybe we should stop seeing each other, she said. He went silent. If that's what you want. She whispered, no. It's what the world wants. He sighed. Then let the world talk. I've lost someone before. I'm not losing someone who makes me feel alive again. The next morning, Amara walked into a press conference, not with her board, but with him. She stood tall and said, "This is Liam Harper. He's the kindest man I've ever met. Judge me if you want, but I'd rather be loved honestly than admired falsely." The room went silent. Cameras flashed. And Liam, holding her hand, finally understood. Sometimes love doesn't need the perfect timing or the perfect person. It just needs courage.